Well, hello, buckaroos. I am John Beer Whisperer. Hey, I got a couple folks that I've never had on my channel before, man, but I am a fan of their channels. Hey, I've got Marvin and Brad Hargett, Arkansas Beer Reviews. Why don't you guys tell folks what you're drinking and plug your channels for me?
Go first.
All right. Well, I'm Marvin, and I live in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and I do Arkansas beer reviews. And tonight we have drank several different beers, but at this particular moment, I'm drinking a Coors Banquet.
Oh, no, Coors. Okay, I got you. A classic old school beer. What are you drinking there?
You're probably not going to be any more impressed with me. But I'm Brad from Brad's Beer Reviews, and at the moment I'm drinking a Genesee's beer.
Oh, Genesee. Okay. The classic Genesee or the cream ale?
The classic.
Well, I've got one. I've got one that my wife found for me at Aldi's. It's O'Shea's Irish Stout. Have you guys seen this?
No, but it sounds delicious. Is it?
It was $5.96 for the 4-pack. It's actually brewed by Carlo Brewing. If you look it up on the internet, you're going to pull up a brand name called O'Hara's. So I believe it's actually the same beer that typically runs about $10 a 4-pack. Aldi's is selling for $4.
Well, it sounds good.
So I'm going to pour just shy of half of it in here. So I'm going to do something nuts here in a second. Because I'm crazy, man. You guys have seen my channel.
Hey, I want to tell you, I enjoy your videos, man.
Do you? I watch yours too, man. You guys do great work.
I've been watching them for a while.
We've got a lot of mutual friends in common. I don't know why we've never been able to hook up before, but yeah, we got almost all the same beer friends.
Oh yeah, well, it's a beer community.
Yeah, it's nice though. Huh? It's funny. I talk to a lot of folks, and you hear so much negative about Facebook and various other social media. But I've met a lot of great beer folks because of Facebook. I've been able to try beers because of Facebook and other social media.
Yeah, I go through the same thing.
Well, you can disagree on certain things, but there's a certain community when you agree on beer.
Yeah,
that's right. It's funny though. Is I've talked about this with a lot of folks, and I think I'll be 52 this year.
I'm older than you are, Tom.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm 54. Whoa.
Well,
another year there.
But, I guess my point is, you remember the 80s. You remember Tip O'Neill and Reagan disagreeing about politics greatly, but then they'd have a beer afterwards. It just seems that there's a much greater divide these days. And you see it on social media too. You get folks that actually get pissed off if they disagree with each other. I mean, you don't have to agree on everything to be a friend.
You're right on that.
I completely agree.
Yeah, we was just discussing that earlier. Sometimes you have to agree that you're just going to disagree.
Well, yeah, but you can respectfully disagree with somebody. I mean, hell, I irritate people all the time. It's kind of my nature.
Tom, you wouldn't do that, would you?
It's the funny thing is, I have to admit that sometimes I do intentionally irritate folks. If I think they're going to have a thin skin, I will intentionally keep needling them until they, I lost a lot of friends last political cycle.
Does it add fuel to the fire?
Yeah. I do. I have to admit. I mean, I don't do it all the time, but if somebody, if you push me in a direction, I'm going to go. I'm going to keep going. Once I get to that point, I'm going to get up that hill, man.
And I can understand that because I do that too.
So what I did here is I poured half of this stout in here, and I had this West Cork Irish whiskey.
Boy,
so I'm not going to do an Irish car bomb because I don't have some Baileys. But I'm going to do kind of an Irish Boilermaker with you guys. I'm going to drop this a shot of Irish in here and slam the half a beer here. Then I'm just going to drink the other part slowly. So here we go. Here's the nuts portion of this program.
I've never done any. Yeah, you go. Now back to your
Here's
regular.
my Irish Boilermaker for y'all.
Was it tasty?
Yeah, I'm probably going to be hammered, but hell, I'm home and I'm going to go to bed shortly, so it just doesn't matter, does it? Now, yeah, actually, it was tasty. I'll tell you what I got, though. I mean, this beer gives you these beautiful roasted barley notes, right? That Irish whiskey's a little bit sweet, very smooth. They just work well together. That was actually incredibly smooth.
I can't say that I've ever had an Irish whiskey.
Oh, really?
Only one I've had is Jameson, though. That's all.
Jameson, okay. Have you? I tell you what to look for, man. Jameson Caskmates. It's Jameson that they age in stout barrels, and that stuff is crazy good. Typically runs about $30 a bottle. If you can find it, pick it up.
Yeah, I need to try some of that sometime. Any of that.
So,
Yeah,
okay, other than beer, do you guys drink whiskey much at all?
Yes.
Well,
I was about to go get a bottle of it. Matter of fact.
Were you? Okay, what do you like to drink then? Tell me what whiskey you like to drink.
Oh, I like a bunch, but currently I have Knob Creek and I have a bottle of Jim Beam Double Oak.
Oh, that Knob Creek is nice, yeah.
Yep.
I haven't drank much bourbon in a while, but yeah, I used to be a big bourbon person, and I guess my favorite was Jim Beam Black.
I like the black. Hey, have you guys tried the Jim Beam Double Oak?
Yeah,
I've got a bottle.
He's got a bottle of that.
I'm gonna break.
I like that stuff. I mean, that's a nice whiskey for about $20 a bottle.
I'm gonna break in here. I'm gonna leave y'all to it. I'm gonna go get some whiskey, and I'll be back.
Do that. Hell, I poured about a shot and a half into my neat glass here, so I'm gonna sip on that with my stout.
Tom, you couldn't be lying. That looks like more than a shot and a half.
Well, let's just say it was a generous shot and a half. I'm a very generous bartender, especially to myself.
A guesstimation?
More or less. Well, I have a one. Well, actually, it is actually a jigger glass, so I poured a jigger. So actually, I probably got just shy of 2 ounces in here.
I mean, who's
That's
counting?
what I had left. I just killed my bottle.
Who's counting, right?
Yeah, who's counting, man? Hell, I'm not driving, and it's still a free country.
Now, I probably missed it. Now, what did you say you did at the brewery?
I do sales for Benton County.
Do sales? Wow.
Yeah.
How long you been doing that?
First, I do we Saddleblock actually self distributes, so I do the sales out there for Benton County and Carroll County. Actually, I also go into Eureka Springs area.
Have you been there for a while?
Just shy of a year, actually.
I bet you enjoy the job then, don't you?
I love the hell out of it. I do. I gotta tell you, I love the job. I love the job. I love the brewery. The owner, Steve, makes some great beer. Our head brewer, Blaine. I mean, we just got some great people out there. We're doing some fine beer. I love the hell out of it.
I've only had one of their beers, and that's the Farmhouse Ale, which I think is an excellent.
The Arkansas Farmhouse, yeah.
Oh, it is very good. And I haven't. They make a. What is the blonde? Is it the dirty blonde?
The dirty blonde, yeah.
I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to do that. But yeah, I bet it's. Have you tried it? I'm sure.
Oh yeah. The
It's
dirty blonde's nice. Yeah, I mean it's a Kolsch style, so it's sort of a hybrid. It's an ale, but it's lagered. So
right.
You've got that crisp, clean finish like a lager, but you've got a nice bodied beer like an ale.
Yeah. Arkansas has some good breweries. It's putting out some very good beers, I believe, around here. They're just not getting out very far, I don't think. But
there's a lot of small ones. Yeah, I mean, in Benton County, there's Ozarks Beer Co. that's doing some incredible beer. There's New Province, which is relatively new in Rogers, which is amazing.
I don't guess I've heard of that one. What's the name of it?
If you ever get up that way, let me know. I mean, I like to take you to some of those breweries. They're just amazing. Yeah, New Province and Rogers is crazy good. There's Bentonville Brewery in Bentonville, Arkansas. There's Bike Rack in Bentonville. Ozarks Beer Co. in Rogers. Fossil Cove in Fayetteville. I mean, there's just a lot of great breweries out there. I mean, Little Rock's got some damn fine breweries too.
Well, I never heard of a lot of those. I've just recently started trying a lot of those beers, like the Lost 40, and one of theirs. Have you tried the is it the Snake Bite IPA?
No, that one I haven't had. How is that?
Oh, that is very good. I've only had one, and I've come to find out that uh, sometimes you can drink one beer and you think it's real good, and then after two or three, you kind of change your attitude on it.
Yeah.
But the first one I had, I thought was excellent, and I think it will be on after that. I think it'd be an excellent beer. I'd like to have another one. I thought it was real good, a real good beer.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one. I've had their other stuff. Their Love Honey Bach is good for the type of for the style. I'll say.
Yeah.
There's a small brewery there in Little Rock called Stone's Throw. Those guys are crazy good.
I haven't had any of those stuff yet either. See, the place where I'm at, I live in Jonesboro, which is a dry county, so I have to go over in another county.
Oh, is it really? That's
Jonesboro is in the wettest dry county I've ever seen in my life.
We are the wettest dry county you ever seen in your life. Actually, it's probably 2 years ago they had voted on it to go wet, and it failed. But I think a lot of it is because of the liquor stores outside of the county there.
Mm-hmm.
It's drawing so much, I think they're going to battle against that because they're not. If we used to go wet, it would probably just kill their
Destroy
business.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the county that I work in Arkansas, they've only been for about 3 years.
Oh, really?
And they only got they finally got it passed because they had a lot of Walmart money behind them, from what I understand.
Well, that was the same thing was going behind us, but it just didn't go through for some reason.
Here's that Double Oak.
Oh, that double! You know what? For only $20 a bottle, that's a nice whiskey, man.
I would agree. Now I don't know if you've watched my channel, but I put a review of it. We did.
No, I haven't seen that, but I have seen your channel, man. I think I'm subscribed, if I remember right.
Well, we did a review of it, and I'll be honest, I didn't give it a favorable review.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I didn't at the first, but the more I've drank of it, the more I like it.
It's growing on you?
Yeah, it's growing on me.
Yeah. I think, trying to remember back, I think I had a similar experience with it. Yeah, it did. I didn't find it harsh, but I didn't find it real nuanced. It was kind of one note. But the more I drank it, the more I kind of liked it. Again, it's only $20 a bottle. You do get a lot of that oak though on that, don't you?
Hold on, I gotta make a point here. I'm making Dad drink out of an Ole Miss glass.
What's he trying to say, Marvin?
Hey, Tom, did you hear that? Ole Miss.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is there a point he's trying to make? We can kick his young ass if we work together.
Yeah, you're from Missouri, but you work in Arkansas, so what the heck.
As I tell people, I'll kick your ass for about a minute and a half until I run out of gas. For about a minute and a half, I'll be killing you, though.
Yeah, anyways, Tom, I think you're one of my favorite people to watch.
Oh, well, thanks.
I'm serious. Just your general rambling around. And that's what the beer, that's what I'm telling Bradley. I mean, just the beer reviews, just the straight beer reviews, I don't enjoy as much, but I enjoy the beer reviews with a little ramble in them. You know what I mean?
I do tend to ramble. It's funny that the folks that don't like me, that's what they cite. They tell me I ramble too much. I don't ramble enough.
So keep doing the ramble. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
I've kind of understood. Especially since I started doing my own channel, you have all these people out there, and I'll try not to go off too much, but you have so many people out there that they have such a big audience for other things, different stuff.
Yeah.
But they'll have such a big audience that that's how they make their money, right?
Yeah.
So go into that, and you want to do that too. Well, I realized really quickly it's not going to happen with this, but it's this community. It's us guys that do these videos that enjoy this. That's what it's about. We all
Yes.
come each other's, and that's fun to me, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I quickly embraced that.
You know, I follow you and Ron from Louisiana Beer Reviews, and you know, and it is like you said, it's just a community of people that enjoy the same hobby or whatever. You know, it's just a fun thing.
Yeah.
You get to meet people, and hopefully that's like when I started my thing. My channel was just hopefully to build some friendships along the way. You know.
Yeah, you know, I think the folks that start doing this just for the money, I think those guys eventually get found out. I mean, you can only be a poser for so long. You have to do this because you love what you're doing.
Right, I agree with you.
I agree. Exactly.
Well, man, that's the reason I started doing it, because I enjoy drinking beer. You know what I mean? I enjoy drinking all kinds of beer. You know, and the thing about it is that the first person I started watching was Ron from Louisiana Beer Reviews.
That's exactly what he turned me on to it, but that's what got me into it.
And I just
he discovered Ron, and I started watching him, and we'd been drinking beer for years before that. And I was like, this is kind of cool. And we would sit for hours and watch beer reviews, and we talked.
Yeah, it's fun to do. You know, everybody's got. You know, I've always considered mine. There's a lot of guys that do a straight beer review. I'm a big baseball guy, so I'm going to use a baseball metaphor here. You know, I've talked about what I do is the beer review is the play-by-play. I do the color commentary. I'm the other guy. You know, I'm the guy that tells stories, and
I see that.
You know, I'm not really a beer reviewer. I'm more of the color commentary.
I like the color commentary.
That.
Yeah,
yep.
That's why I'd put it. Yeah, I enjoy that.
Well, and that's part of the reason, which I'm not going to take all the credit for it, because I kind of got I'll say it this way. I'd had the thought, and then I decided to go forward with it because he does it, or he started doing it. That's why I got away from rating my beers and just started talking about what they taste like and would I buy it again.
Nice.
And if you notice from the videos of mine, I kind of go off on a ramble and just talk. Well, I mean, and a lot of the reason I did that is because I may drink this beer. I'm drinking a Coors now, which I always like. But I could drink. I mean, I do like my craft beers. But I'll give you an example. I did a review of Breckenridge Oatmeal Stout, and the video I did on it, it did not taste that great to me. It was okay, but it wasn't great to me, so I didn't give it a favorable review. But then, like maybe 5 or 6 days ago, I had another one. It was like the best beer I had in the world at the time. And so makes you think you probably don't need to be given a beer an A or a D rating to go on either side of the scale, because you don't know how your taste buds are going to be from day to day.
That's exactly right. I've been saying that since I started this thing. I don't like. I guess you guys know that about me. I don't like beer ratings. You know, for me, I always say I'm either going to buy it again or I'm not.
Yeah, that's basically what I want to. You know.
Yeah.
And I found out for myself, I can't base it, like he said, I can't base a beer on one beer. I think it's better for me to have a 6-pack and maybe 1, 2, 3. For instance, I bought the Lost 40. What was that beer? I can't remember. It was a Lost 40 beer, but I can't remember which one it was. Not offhand, but
dadgum, I know what you're talking about.
You know, I can't think of it. Anyways, I drank the first one. I thought it was awesome, but after I worked through 2 or 3, I just thought it was okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I've got one of those in my fridge, but I'm not going to go check the label. So,
you get these guys. You get these guys that'll do a beer review over about an hour and a half of beer and tell you exactly what they think's in there and give you a rating. And they finish their video, they still got most of the beer left. I mean, you can't tell me they really have that beer understood after about an ounce
That's
and a
what
half.
I told him. I said, I think it's, I mean, you can pick up, I mean, I have time, when you're doing a video and you're trying to rate a beer and you drink one beer and you're trying to think, you're making a video, so you're trying to have all these
Right then.
notes.
Mhm.
all
Yeah.
So I think it's better to have one or two or three, and you can think on it before you even shoot a video. Comprehension of what
Yeah.
that beer is like.
Well, I
that's
don't know
what's-
how many times I've drank a beer during a video. I bought a six pack, and then I'm into beer 2, 3, sometimes even 4, and I'm drinking that beer. So, oh, damn, now I get that flavor. So that's why sometimes you'll see a follow-up video from me. I'll do a second video. Okay, I missed this. Now I taste this.
I shot a video, and I remember which one it was. I shot a video, went over to my bar, and was editing it and uploaded it, and I was still finishing it off. And I said, pineapple.
Marvin, do you own a bar?
Well, no, well, I mean, it was
Marvin, I'm thinking about visiting you now. See, if you own a bar, I'm going to come to your bar and do some videos.
You know
Man.
what I mean. But anyways, I went over and I picked up a flavor. I don't even know what it was now. But I picked up a flavor out of that beer, and it was pineapple.
Oh, yeah.
Was it? I'm trying to think on it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Marvin,
Where
I
I-
want to come to your bar now.
I guess you're in favor of pineapple. You like pineapple?
Yeah, well, I don't like pizza, if that's what you're asking me.
I like pineapple on pizza. See, I don't trust people that don't like pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, my
They're kinda-
wife likes pineapple on a pizza. I'm not crazy about it now. I'm kind of a pizza purist, but yeah.
Well, I can understand that.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, you got those tropical, you've got Mosaic, Citra that will give you those pineapple or other tropical fruit notes. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're doing it, if you're picking a beer up and I say I'm gonna do a review of this, and you got your camera going and you're drinking it and you're trying to pick up these flavors,
And so you feel, I'm going to cut in.
you're trying to run.
You feel like you're trying to perform almost.
Yeah, sometimes it's easy to miss stuff because I think sometimes you're looking for certain flavors. You'll find them right away. Like I said, I don't know how many times I'm into beer 2, 3, 4, even 5, sometimes even 6. I'm thinking, oh, damn, now I get this.
Right. Yeah. So I'm saying,
I'll be honest. I'm going to say this, and that this is the first time I've admitted it in front of anybody, which I don't care. Whatever. We do this for fun, right? But I'll sit there and drink a beer, and I'm thinking, oh, shit, how am I going to describe this? Well, a part of the problem is because so many of them, and I mean, it's the same thing for every style.
Yeah.
A lot of them, you're going to get the same flavor out of everything. And so you're thinking, when I say that, I mean, what am I going to say that's different than I said in the last 3 videos?
It's funny you say that because I've had folks mention this. They say, Tom, you seem to get tangerine in a lot of beers. Well, they're looking at my IPA reviews that have Citra and Mosaic. So all those beers that I talk about are going to have tangerine notes.
Right.
it's like you said before, you can only pick up flavors that you are accustomed to or know.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of flavors out there. If you don't know something, I mean, if you've never ate a papaya, you're not going to pick up papaya in that beer. It might be there, it might not be there, but if you don't know what that flavor is, you're not going to taste it.
Well, I'll give you a different example. I mean, this may be power of suggestion, but I taste it every time I drink this beer, and you'll understand when I say this. But well, to give a quick summary, when I started drinking a whole lot, and especially started drinking with him, I was usually drinking a light beer, right? So when I was drinking Coors, which is my favorite beer, if I had to pick one beer, this is what I would drink. And I like. I understand where you're coming from. I'm saying I like my craft beer, but if I had to pick one beer, I'd pick Coors.
Well, say okay. I want to justify what I was doing there. My dad, for most, was 43 when I was born, but before I came along, he was a Teamster truck driver. So my dad hated Coors because they were a non-union plant. He always referred to Coors as scab beer. So he would let friends bring in my dad. Okay, my dad drank Olympia, which was a premium beer back in the 60s and 70s. It wasn't the bargain beer it is now. So, but he drank Olympia back then. But he would allow friends to bring Budweiser, a Miller, but he would not allow Coors on his property because they were a non-union beer. That's a true story. That gives you kind of insight to what my dad was. Yeah.
Okay. So to give a quick rundown, I would drink the light beer, and he got me drinking Budweiser. That's what I started on when I was
nice.
Drinking together. That's all I would drink. I didn't. If anybody was drinking a craft beer, I thought they wasn't drinking real beer. That's what I thought. You're not drinking real beer because you're drinking this craft beer. So I drank a bunch of Budweiser, but I tried Coors, and to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't have said this then. It was too much flavor for me. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't handle this. And as recently as last year, which it wasn't that it didn't taste good, but my wife, for some reason, probably, I was watching beer reviews, just random ones, and I told my wife, I said, pick up a 6-pack of Coors. I want some Coors because I'd watched reviews of it, and it still tasted kind of weird to me, but it wasn't that it was bad, but I couldn't distinguish the flavor. And he drank some, and he told me there's banana. And when he told me that's why I say power of suggestion. That's when I realized that I was not used to tasting in this kind of beer. That's what it was. And it was like as soon as he said that, it was like this. And now every time.
Now I'm going to have to revisit the banquet to see if I taste it. I don't remember ever tasting the banana. I need to check it out. I hate buying Coors because they're a non-union product, man.
Yeah, but I did a review, and I hadn't even read any. I didn't go to the website or anything, but I was tasting the beer, and I said banana. Afterwards, I went to the website, and the yeast they use gives a banana flavor.
Oh, I wonder if they're using a Hefeweizen yeast.
I don't know, but every time I can smell it. I can smell it in the beer now. So, and I drink craft beer. Don't get me wrong. I bought a 4-pack of tall grass vanilla.
Oh, nice. So let me ask you guys a question real quick. I just drank the last of my beer. I'm going to go get another one. Do you guys want to keep rambling for a little bit, or you guys got to go?
Keep going.
Help yourself. We'll wait on you.
Go ahead.
If you guys want to keep talking, I'm going to grab a beer. We'll keep talking.
Go grab one.
All right.
Okay, well, since he's gone, I'm going to ask you a question. We'll see what your answer is. If you had to think off the top of your head, what's your favorite, I'll try to narrow it down. What's your favorite stout that you've had?
As of right now, I'm thinking the tall grass.
The tall grass?
Yeah, the tall grass.
The Buffalo Sweat?
Buffalo Sweat, yeah.
Okay. Well, how about a brown? How about a brown ale? Because I know what I can tell you, but I haven't. I'll go ahead and say this for anybody that watches. I haven't had a whole lot of brown ale, but off the top of my head, I can say
the top grass is brown ale.
I don't know, but I can tell you my personal favorite that sticks in my head is the well, dang, I'm gonna say it and I forgot. The one we drank with chocolate chip cookies.
All right, I'm back.
Newcastle.
So I popped a local beer for me, Mother's Little Helper IPA, 7%, 70 IBUs.
Is that a Boulevard?
I like your glass.
Mother's.
I love that glass.
Mother's? Okay, yeah, Mother's.
So the glass, there's a story behind this glass. This glass is from Three Kings Pub in St. Louis, Missouri. This glass actually came filled with their own blend of roasted peanuts.
Wow, that's cool.
And it was $5.99 for this glass filled with peanuts.
Well, Mother's has some cool looking caps. Do they not?
Yeah, we got some great beers up. Do you guys ever get to Springfield?
No, sir, we don't. Oh, I don't.
Well, if you ever want to get up here for a weekend, man, I'll take you to the breweries around town. It'd be awesome.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Because we got Mother Springfield Brewing Company, and there's a brand new one called Lost Signal that are all downtown, and there's one about a mile away called White River. So I mean, we can hit those four easily. And my wife doesn't drink, so I know I could talk her into driving us all around.
Okay, can we go next week?
I like to joke that I married my designated driver 23 years ago.
Hey,
I'm with you, brother.
To be honest with you, I did the same thing.
Did you?
My wife will drink, and she would just as soon drive.
Hey, my wife's drove me a Minnie Mouse.
My wife might drink, I don't know, she might drink about 6 ounces of wine throughout the year.
Yeah. My wife drinks more than that.
My wife doesn't drink. My wife actually is one of those folks that has a kind of an allergic reaction to alcohol. She gets beat ass red, gets really hot.
Mine just don't. Mine don't care if she's got much alcohol in it. She can, if she tasted it, you know.
Yeah.
But there's certain little mixed drinks she likes.
That's how my wife is. I mean, my wife and my mom. You're my friend, Paul.
Well, hey, we're more like best friends than father and son.
Yeah, we're nice. Yeah, my son and I were a lot like that too.
But what was I gonna say? My wife will drink, but it's like she doesn't have to have it. Even if in these situations, if I was to go out here into my dining room where everybody else is, my mom and her and my daughter and everybody else, we could sit down and drink a beer, and she don't care. I mean,
really?
She would
That's nice.
Wine or she would drink it if I offered it, but she doesn't care. She don't have to drink it. I like it when she drinks. It's funny. You'd have to meet her. She's funny when she drinks. It's funny. You'd have to meet her to understand what I mean. She's hilarious. But she doesn't have to have it.
So, are you still drinking the Jim Beam Double Oak?
I am.
I'm going to finish my shot off here.
So the reason I ask, I wanted to know if you want to talk about any flavors of that particular whiskey while we're here.
Okay. Oh,
Either of you want to talk about any notes?
I'm nipping on mine.
I get a lot of caramel off of it.
Yeah, I do remember getting some caramel from that. Yeah.
I get some faint hits of the barrel. That was consistent with my video review of
those oak notes. Yeah, you're gonna get some oak notes, and
maybe a hint of vanilla. That kind of goes with what we said.
In my neck of the woods, that runs about $20 a bottle.
What'd you get for it? That's what I gave for it.
For you guys, is that a whiskey you would buy again? Is it worth the $20 a bottle in your opinion?
Well, it tastes better this time than last time.
Here's this is what it depends.
I'm just saying. No, what I mean, it thrilled me. Be a big bourbon drinker, and I drank a lot of Jim Beam White. And I went to the Jim Beam Black, which is that time I could sit down with a bottle of it and just pour and drink.
Yeah, you and me both, my friend. I grew up drinking Jim Beam. Yeah, regular Jim Beam. Yeah.
Jim Beam Black, and I like the what's the other Booker's.
I really love the Booker's. Have you had Booker's?
Oh yeah, the Booker's is nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I was
But
going
I mean, as far as $20 a bottle, though, I mean, as far as affordability, is that worth buying again, in your opinion?
oh, here's my question for you. It depends on, because I paid, what was I paid 13 for a pint of Knob Creek. I'm going to be honest with you. I would probably pay the 13 for the Knob Creek before I would the almost 20 for the 5th.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Without a doubt, I've never seen Knob Creek for 14 a bottle. I've actually found it on sale upon occasion for 20. It usually runs about 25, but yeah, at 14 a bottle, there's no comparison. Knob Creek is a crazy good whiskey.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to go ahead, and this is something I've never said on video before. I used to drink whiskey just because it would get the job done quick. Everybody understands. Okay.
Get you to the finish line quicker.
Yeah, right. Which I mean, I always like drinking beer, but the thing was, I don't have no problem saying it. I wanted to get drunk and keep the drunk, and I would keep drinking my beer, but my whiskey would get me there first.
Yeah.
And I could maintain it with the beer, basically. Well, over the last year, well, probably 6 months, I've started smoking cigars, and it's kind of like the same thing. They don't have videos, a lot of them, but I'm in a Facebook groups with a lot of people smoking cigars, and a lot of the guys will they'll drink bourbon or scotch. Well, I thought, well, I'm gonna start drinking my bourbon whiskey again, which is my preference from what I've tried with my cigars. And so I've just kind of, it's like a kid getting in the shallow end of the pool again.
Yeah.
I'm not going out there and getting fifths of it, but I'll go buy a pint to try it again to see what I like. But it's trying to distinguish the flavors, because it's like I don't want to commit. If I don't like this, I don't want a whole fifth bottle of it. I just want the hang of it. If I don't like it, I'll move on to something else. But anyway, I bought a pint bottle of the Knob Creek, and I will be buying probably more than a fifth of that, because that's pretty cheap for a really big bottle.
I love the Knob Creek. That's a damn fine whiskey. It's 100 proof whiskey. That is a great bourbon.
I'm going to mention a flavor, and I'm going to see if you get it, if it's just me. And I'll say this before I even tell you the flavor. The first time I drank it, I was talking to a buddy of mine that also likes cigars and whiskey. And he said, well, have you had anything else today? Because it could be anything that made you taste that. I'm curious to see if you taste that when you drink it by itself. And so, like 2 days later, I literally poured a glass of it out, and I let it set for probably 10 minutes. And neat, by the way, but I'll let it breathe. Good drink. I got the same flavor, but I got black licorice.
Yeah, well, you know what? I've got a video, actually. I'll post you the link when I sober up tomorrow.
Yeah.
And find it. But yeah, no, I didn't describe it as black licorice. I described it as anise, which is basically licorice.
Oh, really? Wow.
See, I'm good. I'm glad to know that I've got some kind of. I'm kind of there. I get it. You know, I'm not just making shit up, basically.
No. Actually, I'm going to find that video, because I described the flavor as I'm getting some of these anise tones. Yeah, so no, you're right.
So what are you drinking now?
I'm finishing up that stout, man. Actually, no. I'm having. I don't even know what the hell I'm drinking. Maybe I am too drunk. I've got the Mother's Little Helper IPA, man.
I just remember
it tastes like a stout, man. What the hell? I've got an IPA. Maybe you're hammered, Tom. Maybe you need to go to bed. Maybe I do. Sometimes I just talk to myself for no reason. Like now.
Lord have mercy.
No, I've ever. Damn. No, I forgot what I was drinking. No, I have the Mother's Little Helper IPA.
Yeah, and I asked you a dang stupid question because I knew what you were drinking, because you done told us 15 minutes ago.
Nobody just stopped me because I forgot what I was drinking as I was listening to you guys.
And I forgot what
I was engrossed in the story, man.
Oh, Lord.
It's funny. So sometimes I'll get comments that folks will say, you know, I like you because you're honest. Then I'll get the opposite side of that. It says, you know, you're a moron. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You don't take it serious enough. I'm thinking, I'm just drinking beer and whiskey, man. How serious do I need to take it?
Right.
But we're not talking politics here, guys. We're not talking about climate change. You know,
This is what I gather about you, Tom. You will say, and I'm not saying this is before I say this is not a negative thing because I do the same thing. But you'll say whatever about whatever just to see what somebody reacts to.
I will. You're right. I cannot confirm or deny. No, I can't confirm. I won't deny. No, it is true. Sometimes I like I said earlier, sometimes I do intentionally needle folks. If I think they're a little weak on certain issues, I will continue. I will hammer them until they get really pissed at me.
I get it. I get it.
My wife, my poor wife, my wife is just the sweetest person on the face of the earth, and she'll just be over on the side over here going, "Oh damn," you'll be shaking your head.
Be over nudging you.
Oh, good. I tell people, I mean, I'm 52, but I'm a curmudgeon waiting to happen.
I don't know. Should I call him Arkansas Beer Reviews or Dad? Dad might have to go on a beer run. You're running out over here. I'm good. Well, I've got plenty of beer. It's just in the garage, so it's a little bit of walk.
Oh, Lord.
Well, get the man a beer, man. Don't let him go thirsty.
Man, it's nice talking to you.
Well, hey, guys, I appreciate you jumping on here. I figure you probably got to get off, but thanks for joining me for this particular video. We've talked for a while, so I want to thank Marvin and Brad and Arkansas Beer Reviews, and we talked about whiskey. We talked about a lot of stuff, man. So I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, purveyor of wisdom, prolific beer drinker, and all-around good guy. So do you guys have any final words you want to add?
Well, do you have to go right now? We're good.
Are you? No, actually, I was just going to end the live portion. I figured we can just keep bullshit.
Okay, well, see you guys later. We're going to keep on talking.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.
And cut.